And we go to the intro.
Guys, guys, come on, I'm trying to start my show. Guys, no, come on, stop. All right, that's it. I'm starting the show.
Damn it.
Ugh. This show is not for kids. This show is about chaos and talking over coffee. So let's get going. Call me the DarkTranny.
Okay, and we are back on a Wednesday morning. Oh, Wednesday, the day of woe. And so it says, there are certain children born on certain days, and the Wednesday child is full of woe. But it doesn't have to be like that. So, what are we doing? As I tab around like an old woman. Oh my gosh, what the hell is that? Oh, all right, so there we go. Rougarou, good morning, and good morning, Atomic Blonde. And let us begin here as people, start to come in and stuff. Let's take this day of woe and let's start with something a little different. I've never done this one before, so let's do it now. Here we go. Mic off. Yes. Yes. Now how do I cancel this? Ah! Anyway, there we go. Good morning. Oh, good Wednesday morning. Let us see now. I will do some good mornings in the chats before we get on. I hope that that song was uplifting. In light of all these black pills, taste, do not take, observe, don't let it pull you in, that kind of stuff. A mighty fortress is our God. Foundations. Let's see what we got here. So, Riveroo, Atomic Blonde, and Pitbull Doorbell. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let us see. Do I have to scroll down on this thing? I do not think I have to yet. So, foundations. Do you know what it's like living on the left? Let me tell you something. On the left, there are no foundations. For instance, yesterday, Pastore Chatelet sent a note into the chat while I was doing the stream. And the way it was intended, I imagine, is that he was saying, hey, I'm busy right now, so feel free to farm from the pond, okay? That's what I've been assured was intended as a tone. But on the left, it's translated as this. Yeah, I'm busy right now doing my stuff. So I've noticed that you've been scalping people from the community to watch your show. So yeah, just continue doing that. That's how that's translated on the left. Because everything on the left, well, am I being honest? Everything? Over 90% of when you're communicating on the left is passive aggressive. And since the rules keep changing, depending on like whatever the political wind is, whichever the political wind is blowing, you never actually have a foundation to stand on in the left. It's like because everything keeps changing. So almost every conversation on the left-hand side is a disciplinary action. If you're not repeating the dogma and you're not repeating the talking points, someone will be there to remind you. So someone as Pastor Chatelet, I don't know him that well yet. I hope to get to know him more. But since I don't know him too well, it's like I have observed that he's a very honest individual, and I'm still in the mind prison, a term which he introduced me to. I'm still in the mind prison of my old life, where I have, especially in text, if I don't have the person actually speaking to me, I can't read their body language, I can't hear their voice or anything. So even though I know to some degree that if he was upset with me, he would just come out and say, I'm upset with you. It's the mind prison of old life. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's like things on the left are always in a form of motion where you never know where you stand with people. And I found since moving into the right, like through Axe Truth and then Salty Cracker and into the pond, that people, the word based to me means that you are based on a foundation. God, family, country is pretty easy to understand if you let yourself understand it. And I love honesty and such. I found that the people in the pond and in the chopping block community to be very honest people. And still, through the years of being with Axe Truth and having watched the Salty Cracker and other content creators, now that I've been exposed to the pond community through Pastor Chatelet, I see very honest people. And to this day, and hopefully someday it'll happen, I am still in the mind prison of my past. So I'm hoping to break out of that. But yes. There's my testimony of what it's like to be on the left. So back to chats. Let's see, how do I work this? If I use my mouse wheel, it like scrolls and everything goes flying. So I have to use this like little bar right here. All right. So let us go to the next story. Yes, this guy, Yuval Noah Harari, says globalists have created a technological Noah's Ark to escape mass extinction event they're unleashing. Now, this is from Natural News, and MBB introduced me to Natural News. At least I think it was MBB. Natural News. I'm not familiar with them, but I've been like reading this article. So in this article, I guess these people think that they can use technology to somehow save themselves from an impending, soon to arrive global mass extinction event. Now, I understand that this is written by a third party observation of the WEF, and at the same time, I've also heard the people who represent the WEF talking about like all manner of very scientific and non God. I mean, it's like the stuff that they explain, like talk about with the way that they want to augment humanity doesn't sound natural to me at all. All right. So when they say that they want to build an ark, I imagine that what they're going to do is they're going to try to like digitally upload their consciousness to like some, I don't know, hard drive or something like that. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. Anyway, if um if there was going to be a cataclysmic event, where the hell would they go? I mean, really, if the world and a lot of things around the world, like the moon, and depending on your beliefs in like is the Earth an orb, or it doesn't matter if the Earth is flat, but because these people, I don't think they give a damn about whether the Earth is round or flat or what. They're trying to escape, demolition. Well, where are you gonna go? And what are you gonna do? I mean, it's like things burn out eventually. Like capacitors explode. It's like there is so much math involved, even if this is possible. I mean, all it takes is like one surge, and next thing you know, a diode dies, and like, where's your afterlife then? Or where's your immortality then? If you're gonna like lay your immortality in some sort of technological arc, I mean, it's like, I mean, a lithium battery, what happens? I mean, are you gonna use a lithium iron phosphate battery? I mean, what kind of technology are they planning here? Anyway, if they think that they're getting away in an arc, that's not how that story ends. I I'd be I don't want to be a part. Oh Lord, could you imagine being locked in a hard drive in a series of, replicant code where you're existing with people who are constantly dooming and glooming, for eternity and everything. Oh Lord, that's hell to me. Anyway, next story. Oh, do I want to talk about this? I brought this up yesterday. It's ensuring responsible development of digital assets. Does anyone know anything about this? I've been like reading through this bill, and it talks about like, the bill was started in March, and then they have 180 days to do a study. Well, I haven't seen a study released yet about this digital currency and this sustainability, and it's September, and hello, it's like, can you guys ever get anything done on time? From what I understand, from what I've heard through the rumor bill, is that in December they will let us know the decision. Oh, another morning cough. Why does this guy still have executive powers if he said the pandemic was over? It's like, why does he still have, what do they call them? Emergency powers or like whatever. Biden, dude, what is up with you? I mean, do you not know how this works? I guess you don't know how this works. But then again, Biden is made to look inferior and weak, probably to demoralize us, probably to make, the United States an embarrassment and everything. Well, in the end, Biden, you're temporary. It's like, so whatever you're doing with all this wahoo and everything, it's pretty clear that it's something working behind you and not actually you, because how can you be this incompetent? As a sitting president of the United States, we're led to believe. You know, it's like, how, after decades of like working within government and such, how are you this incompetent that people are constantly correcting you or walking whatever you say back? You're supposed to be the boss, dude. Do you ever look in the mirror and just kind of like, look at yourself and do you feel proud or anything? I mean, what kind of whore are you really? I mean, just you're so basic, so basic, just so tiring too. Well, not tiring in a way that's like getting my spirit down. It's just a long, boring story. Ugh. And this idea of a reset, I'm gonna close this because, well, no, actually, I'm gonna put this at the end because I need to do more study on this digital currency thing. All I know is that they said 180 days. I haven't seen a study, a report, or anything like that. So I have nothing more to really report on this because what am I gonna do? Sit here and talk about something I don't know? No. But reset. Who do these people think they are that they can look at the world as a game board and say, okay, well, we really messed shit up, so we'll just do a reset? It's like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. If you do a reset, you have to remove yourself too. Equity. It has to have equity. Those are the rules. You made the rules. You're pushing for this shit. Here, let's go over here. What do we see? This is you right here. This is Procter and Gamble right here. This is the We See Equal campaign. This is coming from, let me see, I don't know if this is, what is this? This is Global Shapers Community. This is an extension, this is the youth program for the World Economic Forum. Okay? Here, let me drop this link just in case any of you want to go down a rabbit hole. Let's go over to the chat. All right. So there we go. There's the Global Shapers. All right. And I see that people have been talking, so let's go read. All right. Well, the smartest man he knows is a crackhead. Ugh. Another day. We'll talk. All right. They're not people, more like demons. Well, there's something. That's for damn sure. All right. So let's go back over here. So, you want to do a global reset, but you don't want to remove yourself from the game? No. You need to remove yourself as well because equity. Let's see. With the support of Procter and Gamble and inspiration from their We See Equal campaign, our community of more than 7,000 young people, and then they use, I guess it's because they use community, so they're using the word is. It could have been our semantics and syntax. 7,000 young people is raising awareness and mobilizing action in the fight for gender equality. Really? Oh, Procter and Gamble, really? Oh, and all those products made by Procter and Gamble. So every time you're buying a Procter and Gamble product or service, you're supporting this drivel gender equality in this specific one. Oh, the global gender gap report. Without consider, just let's just supply numbers without supplying receipts on like how we derive those numbers. So typical. Here are the numbers, trust the experts. Well, I don't trust the experts. I can read data. I was a statistician at one time. These numbers are meaningless without supporting documentation. We see equal, do you? Because on the left, if you don't see equal, well, there's something wrong with you. And it's not is it re-education or it's some sort, it's like if you don't, well, we'll get you some diversity training, we'll get you some sensitivity training until you do. see equal. Because if you don't, we're going to punish you. And we've seen that. If you don't subscribe to the dogma, you get punished. That's just how there's like no it's like it's mostly negative reinforcement. It's like the positive reinforcement is typically lies. It's like do good and we'll give you this and then like the time comes when this is supposed to arrive and if it does arrive, it's a shittier version of what was marketed to you. It's like the marketing aspect. People I guess people are forever hopeful and they hope that maybe someday the lies come true. But what these people do is they just serve what I like to equate as glass pearls. Glass pearls which look gorgeous. Oh, they are so gorgeous. But you can take something like a porcelain teacup. All right? You put the glass pearl on a table, you take the porcelain teacup, and you press it down, and the teacup remains intact, the pearl shatters. Those are the promises they make. Learn about our efforts to make our voices heard. Oh, we hear you. Oh, trust me. World Economic Forum and Shapers. Oh, we hear you. Trust and believe we hear you. Inspire others. That means coerce, indoctrinate, get them to join the cult, and build inclusive communities. Accept the people who don't follow your dogma. Diversity is our strength. Unless you don't think like us. Anyway, look at that. Thumbs up, peace sign. Okay, here we go. We are equal. We see equal. That looks like that was photoshopped in. I don't know who the hell you are. We see equal. You're one person. Where's your friend? We see equal one person. There's your friend. It's like we see, okay, well, at least they have two people. I don't know what the hell that is. This is ugh, and then that, and blech, and everything. I'm sure these people are very lovely people, and currently they might be living in this cult where it's like, okay, so you're all equal, so there's nothing special about any of you. So none of you on your own have any intrinsic value. There's nothing unique. It's like you're all just equal. That's not true. Big ideas. Well, if you have big ideas, just the very word big, that's an adjective. That doesn't mean that it's equal. That means that this idea is big. Are all ideas big? I mean, should we all just have big ideas? Oh my gosh, I have a big idea. It's not a good idea, but it's a big idea. I'm going to like get people to conform to it. All right. Oh, and then there was I think about like the goth kids and stuff. And their whole thing is like anti-conformity, but they all ended up conforming to the same what was that? What was that shop called? Um Hot Topic. Hot Topic found a market. The market was a bunch of nonconformists who all conformed to buying things from Hot Topic. And the black nail polish. And the eyeliner. Ugh. And now, let's see what's going on down here. Anyway, if you want to go to the site, you can do your own research on that. So I'll drop that right there. All right, let's see what we have going on here. Good morning, Gray Man. So, let's see. Moderators are currently Pastor Chatelet, Feisty Ace, Atomic Blonde, and Gray Man. There you go. All right. Sorry, Cap's working on the other screen. Gray Man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I sit here yelling. It's like if you want to do Caps accidentally, it's like whatever. Or even intentionally. I just can't be. Thick skin. Can't be bothered. All right, let's see. So let's get rid of this shit. Oh my gosh. This man right here, I only caught like 5 seconds of him. I heard there's going to be a purge in Chicago. Let's find out. How do I play this? Do I enlarge this? Ugh, here we go. Mic off.
The following things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners. Officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them. As of January 1st, 2023, the following things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses.
Well, you know what? I don't know how to use these things. Apparently, this stuff loops back on itself. I didn't know that. Anyway, sorry for playing that twice, but apparently, let's see, what is OBS doing? Apparently, in Chicago, I guess this guy's a sheriff. Here, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. I guess this guy is a sheriff, like a base sheriff, from what I've been told. And it's like the real life purge starts in Illinois, Chicago, January 1st, 2023. I don't know if this is true. I don't know what spawned that or anything. But if that's true, wow. It's like, really, Lori? Really? This is like, Lori Lightfoot is like, oh, we need, it's like, oh, these people, these MAGA supporters, oh, they're like so violent and stuff like that. It's like, Miss Lightfoot, or whatever the hell you are. Anyway, what the fuck? I mean, really? Is this real? I just want to know. If anyone has any sauce on it, let me know. All right, so. See, this is why I started with the song, A Mighty Fortress is Our God, because, we need that. We do. We really do. All right, so, because it needs, there needs to be reminders. And I hope you guys enjoyed the song. It happens to be one of my favorite songs. I especially like the line where the song is talking about Lucifer and the evil and everything. And it's just that one little word. I believe that word is Emmanuel. I think it is. I might be wrong. If someone can fill me in, if I'm mistaken, please fill me in and we'll contend. But one little word can fell him. The devil, the evil, all this stuff. It's like the faith. It's what keeps us going. So, black pills come and go, taste, I guess. I choose not to swallow them because of what good comes of eating the black pills. Observation, and then, deal with it and move on. So, let's see what's going on here. Now, we've heard about DeSantis in the news sending people to Martha's Vineyard. And people in Martha's Vineyard, as they're projected by the mainstream media, are all like, oh, how dare you, you racist. You sent these people to us, and don't send them to us. And I've seen news reports about these locations, like New York, saying, there are too many people in New York, don't send them to New York. Meanwhile, in Texas, they're like, we're stretched thin, so why shouldn't other states take on the burden of what these sanctuary cities have been marketing? And I get it. It's like, it's the United States of America. If we have politicians inviting people from other countries over, then those people should also share in the burden, because it is a burden, to take care of people who have traveled from their homes. I can't imagine that any of these people wanted to leave their homes. I can't imagine that any of these people wanted to get torn out of their culture, their civilization, what remained of it, what have you, whatever their history is. But the people of Martha's Vineyard looking so, I mean, am I mistaken? Did I take crazy pills? Or were they actually taking selfies with the, I think they're refugees. I don't know if they're migrants or refugees or what they are, but people who are not native to the United States, taking selfies with them, serving them, what was it, vegetarian meals, didn't even supply one charcuterie board, no meats and cheeses. I saw no wine bottles. I saw no celebration of like, oh, welcome to America, and like, please, by all means, here's a bed that you can use. I didn't see any. I didn't hear any stories of anyone in Martha's Vineyard opening their door, being gracious hosts, or anything like that. No, what I heard, and apparently what happened, is that the people who came to our country weren't even allowed to stay within in the confines of Martha's Vineyard for not more than 2 days before they were shuttled off to some military base somewhere. It's like, okay, posers, nice try, and then you want to act like a victim and be like, oh, DeSantis is such a racist. Let's open an investigation. It's like, no, how about we don't do that? How about now? How about we look at you guys in Martha's Vineyard and we say, shame on you. You should be ashamed. By your own dogma, you should be ashamed. You should be absolutely ashamed. And just as Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters or any of these politicians would say, I don't know why there aren't riots at Martha's Vineyard, but maybe someday there will be. If you say that that's a call to violence, then you have to also hold the other politicians. I'm not saying I'm a politician, but if they can say things along those lines, then I can say things along those lines. And if they're not guilty, then I'm not guilty. You see how this game works? No reset required. Here we go. All right, on to the next thing. What is this? PayPal. Gays Against Groomers deplatformed by Venmo and PayPal. You know what? Before I go on with this story, let's go over to the chat. All right. Do you remember the store Spencer's? Oh my God, that was filthy. I remember the first time I saw a Spencer's store and I saw something very risque in the display and I coveted it. I never shoplifted from Spencer's, but I thought about it. I think I got a pack of like adult playing cards from Spencer's. I felt so wicked. It was in high school. Oh my gosh. Spencer's. Oh, that brings back memories. Filthy memories. Filthy memories. Okay, so something seems off about the illegals going to Martha's. Feels like a fake, like they got paid to get on the bus. Maybe they did. And then the people who live in Martha's Vineyard really showed their ass, I'd say. Regardless of whether or not the illegals got paid, the facts remain. The people of Martha's Vineyard really showed their ass. In my opinion. Allegedly. Anyway, here we go. The clip RDR played last night was gold. Same woman, same day, complete 180, gold. I didn't see it, Pitbull. Oh. But RDR doesn't even know who I am. Red Dawn Radio. So I think I mentioned yesterday, if you go to Red Dawn Radio, let them know TRT sent you. Even though I'm not like on top, but it's day 2 of trolling Red Dawn Radio. Because Red Dawn, come on. I mean, come on. Show Tranny a little love. Oh, anyway. All right, on with this. PayPal and Venmo deplatforms gays against groomers. Why? And as 45-1 actually pointed out yesterday, gays against groomers had a super limp-wristed response. And they said, breaking. Hold on, let me take some coffee. Okay. Now, gays against groomers are supposedly based. So I'm not going to use Salty Cracker says Christina and Topher and stuff like that. So I'm not going to use those kind of illusions, but I am, I am real. Gay is gay. So I'm going to use my gay voice. Here we go. We have just been banned from Venmo and PayPal within minutes of each other for violating their user agreements. We are an organization that consists entirely of gay people whose only mission is to safeguard children from abuse. And you can read that. You can read that with that voice. It's okay. You're allowed to. You're in a country of freedoms. You can do this. And if they're based, they won't be offended. Now, this last line is what 45-1 actually pointed out, and I agree with him completely. Woke homophobia is real, folks. Why? Why the homophobia? If you're base, there is no such thing as homophobia. If you're base, there is no such thing as transphobia. There is no such thing as Islamophobia. Because a phobia is an irrational fear, unless... What? Do I need to look in the dictionary here? This is from the 1980s. Let me put on my big Jew Joy Behar glasses. To do some research. Let's look up phobia quickly if we can. I'm not trying to eat up time. Trust me, I have plenty of content to fill an hour. But, let's just go look up phobia. Because books. Okay, so we are to pile, photo, and farm, phlegm, photometer, let's see, phobia, a lasting abnormal fear or great dislike of something. So, phobia, great dislike or an abnormal fear. Woke homophobia is real, folks. Well, I don't know how to deduce that, considering that there are no fucking receipts from PayPal or Venmo. What did they say? Get off our platform or we're going to tie you to the back of this truck. We're going to drag you down a gravel road and then we're going to pour hot sauce on you. I mean, really, where's the homophobia? So, wokeism is what 45-1 actually is saying is the real problem, and I agree. And the statement in itself is woke, because it uses woke verbiage in the statement. Woke homophobia is real, folks. No, it's not. Wokeism is real. Homophobia is, it's really case specific. Homophobia cannot be administered to broad spectrums of people who just simply don't agree with the lifestyle. That's the thing on the left. I don't want to have sex with trannies if I'm a heterosexual. Well, then you're a transphobe. It's like, no, you're not attracted to trannies. Get over it with the left and stuff. It's like hanging out, like for instance, when I'm hanging out with the guys in the pond in the Jitsi, in Friendly Froggers, I have no designs on any of those guys. And those guys are attractive. Yeah, they're attractive. I don't have any designs on them. Nor would I. Because I don't operate like that. But in the left, it's like for some reason the trannies, and I don't even think they're real trannies. I think that they're just posing because I don't think a lot of them even go through the surgery or anything like that. They're just like dressing the part, but they're still, mostly intact. And it's like, okay, for instance, when I was, before transition, just being gay, I did drag. Okay, I performed in the evenings. I was good at it. Okay? I could never, ever go to bed with a drag queen. Oh, it repulsed me. The very idea. Do you know what it's like? Okay, so imagine this. Over your coffee. I won't get too graphic, I promise. Imagine you're into, a certain body type, a certain kind of presence, and it doesn't involve mascara, false eyelashes, and tits that, fall out after you undo the adhesive. And now imagine someone, trying to crawl into bed with you, and they've got, all this makeup on. It's, cake thick. It's like a bitch painted on another bitch, and then there's a man underneath all that. Ugh. Repulsed. Am I a homophobe? Am I a transphobe? No, I have a certain flavor of person I like to be with. My husband is highly masculine. He might be a democratic socialist, he might be on the progressive left, and he doesn't have noodle arms. And he's what I find attractive in men. Ugh, I hope at no point during that did anyone vomit. But sometimes those things happen. And like I said yesterday, I'm sure you'll get over it. If you're based, you'll get over it. All right. Is that a presumption that's incorrect and not based in any kind of fact? I don't know. After hanging out with the group through Axe Truth and Salty Cracker and now in the pond, um, I'd have to say that the people I have met have very strong foundations and they know exactly who they are. They have a very strong, and on an individual level, I'm not talking about like a group level, I'm talking about each individual I have met has a very strong grasp on who the fuck they are. He or she is. Oh, I hate that they were them. Ugh. Unless you're Sybil or some other person who allegedly had like multiple personalities. I'd prefer to stick with he and she, thank you. Anyway, let's go back to the chats. Do you remember the store? Okay, and then we did the selfies, yes. And something seems off about the illegal. Yes, we covered that. And then filthy. Okay. Yes, exactly. They did show their race. Yes, they showed just how they're xenophobic at Martha's Vineyard. I wouldn't be surprised if riots happened. Anyway, Cali girl, hey. Comp issues, I'm here. Welcome! Because you've been trying to make it. Cali girl, welcome. All right, so here we go. Yes, I mean, gay is gay. Gay is gay. I need a black friend to say that. Anyway, I love their group name. Now more people know about them. Okay, I don't know exactly who you were speaking about, Atomic. And maybe you can provide clarification after 10 to 15 seconds of lag in the stream. All right, and then you guys are greeting each other. Fear of. And Pitbull, I believe that was a reference to phobia. What is this? Third morning cough? Oh, is this the end for DarkTranny? Oh, is this my winter of severe illness and death? Anyway, so I am homophobic. I don't know. Probably. Ugh, but I think you'll get over it. Ugh, anyway. And then this is another salutation within the chat. No, do I dislike gays? No. Do I not like the lie? Yes. Thank you. Well put. All right, Cali Girl says, let's just say I'm single for 10 years. I am phobic of liars. Well, that sounds like a story we might want to chat about someday. The chat room's open. It doesn't have a lock on the door, and it's in the pinned comments. I think if you just want to walk in, let me go check the tab. Hold on. Yeah, there I am. Ugh. Anyway, let's see what's going on over here. My ex likes to dress and drag. I mean, if you're into it, you're into it. I was never into it. I like to perform, but I would never. Oh, God. Well, there was that one. But that was a long time ago. That person had a lot of talent, too. Don't remember his name, don't remember his drag name. But I remember he was really good. He was, really good. At performing. And let's see. Atomic Blonde is laughing. I sweat he had a Jezebel deal. Oh, I swear he... Girl, do you have nails? Okay, and then you corrected yourself. Nails. I know how it goes. I don't know if you have longer nails, but these fucking nails. I don't know how those people do it with those big ass acrylic nails and then their job as secretary or something like that. I think that has to be some sort of troll. Who could get any work done with keying, with those fucking long ass, and then you think about when they have to wipe their ass and they probably don't have a bidet and it's that there's feces under those fingernails and then they touch shit. Ugh. And this is why we have monkeypox. It's those Vietnamese putting those nails on everyone. It's like Vietnam is still pissed off over Vietnam, so the Vietnamese like ladies in the they're talking about you too. Yes, they put on those acrylic nails, and then you get like a bunch of crap. Like, and the next thing you know, you've got leprosy. Anyway, I love dirty white boys. I'm not touching that. How do you stumble upon Axe? It was around the time of Jussie Smollett, and I was like quite pissed that people were attacking Jussie Smollett. And then I saw Axe's face, and because I was a racist, I was like, oh, there's someone who's not white. I'll listen to him. And next thing I know, oh my gosh, it's like this person's not speaking the same like talking points as everyone else. This person is at the time, Axe was more of a, how would I say, tabloid drama reporter, more or less. He's grown so much since then. But how long have I been? 3 years, I think. Maybe a little over 3 years. And now it's like, yeah, it was like, I think it was Jussie Smollett. I'm pretty sure it was Jussie Smollett. Rougarou. I hate tribalism. Wait a minute. What's this up there? Atomic Kelly. Okay, and then you guys are talking to each other. Rougarou. I hate tribalism. I used to enjoy it because it felt safe. And it's not until you get out of tribalism that you understand that it's cancer. Tribalism is cancer. I prefer individualism. It's like I like being a part of a community of individuals. People, I mean, do you know, like right now when I like, during the day, like when 45-1 Actual isn't running his 6-hour set, by the way, I better check the time because he's coming on after this. When he's not running his 6-hour set, I get to sit there with creative minds, and we talk amongst each other. There might be arguments that we contend about, but no one is throwing up their hands and being like, bitch, I'm out. It's like, agree with me or else. I mean, every once in a while someone spurgs, and that was a new term. Spurging, I think, means a little bit more than just wazzing out or anyway, spurg, it's kind of it's in the word. It's kind of a phenom kind of word. It's like the word is as it sounds. Spurg. Okay. Talking to people as individuals, and they're creative. On the left, everything is a derivative regurgitation of something else from the preceding decade or something like that. Or as I was explaining it, being on the left is a lot like presenting a piece of art, which is a well-known piece of art, and then drilling a hole through it and calling it an original piece of art. No. But when you're on the left, you don't know any better because you do get positive reinforcement when you agree with the left. But like I said previously, the positive reinforcement comes in the form of glass pearls. They're worthless. The positive reinforcement is worthless. You don't grow. There's no progression. It's just constant repetition. And repetition to me is hell. And I believe at one point, I don't remember exactly who it was. Maybe it was Einstein. I don't know. Insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. That's the left. Constantly in a cycle of self-destruction. Oh my lord, my mouth is getting so dry. Let's take a drink while we scroll. Ugh. Do breathing exercise. Am I wheezing again? Okay, no nails, no makeup for a long time. Girl, I don't know. Atomic. Okay, girl. I have a game called Typing of the Dead. You have to type, and then as you type, it shoots. Ah! Don't worry, people, the twinkle. I gave myself a 10-minute gutter now, so I have longer to wrap up before 45-1 comes on. All right, so yes, Typing of the Dead. If you want to improve your typing skills, get Typing of the Dead. It's fun. All right, Atomic Blonde. You removed a comment. Girl, what you hiding? All right, let's see. And then we go on down. I'll check it out. I am dyslexic and grammar. Oh, well, now I feel like a dumb bitch. Ugh, well, now I know. I might joke about it in the future. Ugh, anyway. And then Rougarou and Pitbull are talking. And then you guys are talking. And Lulu is there. Hey, Lulu. All right. And then Cowgirl and Pitbull. And then you guys are talking. And then there we go. All right. So let's see. Inhaled fentanyl. Let me talk about this. 45-1 and I were talking about fentanyl and how it can be used as a weapon. So I looked up on the National Library of Medicine. You can indeed, they actually did a study on this. Inhaled fentanyl aerosol in healthy volunteers, pharmacokinetics, and pharmacodynamics. The conclusion of the study, which I will put into chat while we're wrapping up and such. Don't leave just yet, by the way. We're not done. Well, I'm not done. Ugh. What's that? Yes, having worked with disabled people, that is her life. I imagine that was something you guys were talking about. Did I talk about that? I don't know if I talked about it. I spelled something wrong that was annoying to me. Oh, that's why you deleted it. Trying to hide your shame. I saw you. I caught you. Thank you for being honest. All right, so the conclusion of the study. This study has demonstrated that the pharmacokinetic profile of single doses of inhaled fentanyl is comparable to intravenous administration. So basically, if you inhale it, it's just like mainlining it. Now, what would happen if you put fentanyl into a fog machine at a club? What would happen if you took, fentanyl and mixed it in a suspension fluid and aerosolized it over a crowd? Why do we have so much fucking fentanyl in this country? And why? I mean, oh my lord. 45-1. I'm gonna let. Well, no, I'm not gonna let him do anything. He's gonna do it on his own. But I'm not gonna say what 45-1's energy is because that's his big dick energy. Okay. And when you tune into his show, he's gonna probably have something to say about this. And since he has much more testosterone than I could ever hope to have ever again in my life, he'll explain it to you. So we're gonna close that one right there. Ugh. Gross. All right. So, Crack-Galactica? You guys know him? He's a meme lord. We're plugging him this morning. So let's just drop Crack-Galactica's Odysee page into the chat. And let's seal it with a... Oh, fuck it. I'm going to seal it with a kiss. Meme that. Ha! Anyway. Oh, it goes by too fast, sweetie. It's only an hour. Found the bookmark for the clip. What is this? Oh, we have to work quickly. Okay, so let's see. Copy link address. Check the time. It's 8:53. Open a new tab. And then we go over here. And we put this. What is this? How long is it? 3 hours? Child. Okay, I will. Child. It doesn't even come with a timestamp. I will watch it later. I will watch it later after I have an edible or something. All right, so then we go. Okay, Crack-Galactica, you've been plugged. All right. With a Barbie kiss. Because, why not? Okay, so here we go. Okay, Rougarou. Oh, Rougarou and MBB. Now, if you haven't gotten this link yet, be sure to, put it in your bookmarks. Because fucking TV Guide, man. That is so cool. Ugh. Okay, I was on fentanyl prescribed. It almost killed me for sure. Well, Cali Girl, I am so glad that it didn't. Ugh. It's like that kind of stuff. Look at this, though. On air. Right now, Pastor Chatelet and I. I love this guide. And I love that, let's see, if I look at mine, and then I see that, so look at that. Take No Prisoners is coming up, and then you put on that, and it brings up, all the links to 451, and since we're going to be viewing 451s, and I'm going to be streaming 451, so let me drop 451 into the chat. And did you watch that Hunter? Yes, I watched the Hunter movie. Oh, did I talk? I talked about it on Monday because Lulu in Love asked me on Friday if I would watch it. So I said to Lulu, it's like, if I have to watch that shit show, then you have to watch the Asian film Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I think Lulu liked that film. And the Hunter film, I watched it while working out. It was compelling and sad. Sad! White trash! Trying to be posh, but ugh. Anyway. Did you watch the Hunter movie? Short? No, should have started at 1:38. Pitbull, I'm afraid we're going to have to cover that in tomorrow's episode. Let's see. I haven't seen. I wanted to hear your review. Ugh, you'll have to watch the Monday. You'll have to watch the Monday stream. It's right at the beginning of the. It's right at the beginning of the stream. The recording I did. So you'll get the review like right away, and then a little lippy service and stuff like that. Okay, I love watching replays on faster speed. It's not only funny, it also gets me. You know what? I also watch replays sometimes at 1.5 or 2 because I can keep up with them. But if I'm on edibles, oh, good Lord, no, I cannot. And there we go. It's on my channel. I will check later because after the show, I'll review the chats as I do. All right, let's see. Do I have anything left in show notes? Oh, mock them and let them destroy themselves. We're talking about the lefties, the progressives. Just mock them. Laugh at them. It's like, ugh. And then equity, what is it? Already covered that. Let's talk about fentanyl. Did that. Did the DeSantis probe. And then talked about how on the left almost all directives are disciplinary. Very passive-aggressive people. No foundation. And then I talked about Biden being portrayed as weak. And then the gays against groomers. I have completed my show notes for the day. Now, look at this Big Dick Energy Brigade store. We have the Big Dick Energy Brigade sticker. So let me drop that in chat in case you don't have it. That's for the sticker. All right, and let's see. I do need to get to the next one, so we're going to leave that one open because, well, actually, I have that in a bookmark, so I can close that one. Rise Attire. Remember, it's made in America, high quality cotton. None of these people are, sponsoring me, but I like the companies. So, Pastor Chatelet, he's in the Rise Attire store international side. I have to point that out. Rise International. That's where you find the designs by creators outside of Rise Attire who contract with Rise Attire. And why on earth is the internet acting so slowly? Here, just drop that in just in case you want a quick link. And let's see. There you go. Okay. And sorry about the short outburst. Pitbull, don't worry about the short outburst. I'll process this later. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so then we can close that one. The frog candle. My husband says it's ugly, but, fuck him. I love him, but fuck him. This is not an ugly candle. I mean, why would... It's a lefty. That's lefty things. Ugh. It's like, you haven't even smelled it. It's like, it changes as it burns, right? Ugh. It's like, well, fuck you then, sir. I took a vow. It doesn't mean I have to, doesn't mean I have to, prostrate myself to my husband just because, in order to keep peace in the house. No. No. I like the candle. He doesn't. I'm going to buy one. Fuck him. Anyway, let's see. And then this thing again. And then we're back to Gorilla Bass. Yeah, some Red Dawn Radio. All right. So, let's go back over to 451 Actual. Let's see if he's going yet. He does not. Yeah, there he goes. He's going live soon. So, let me close out the show. I have enjoyed doing this with you all this morning. Thank you very much for your audience participation. And have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow.